You want to know how you get a baby out of a blender?
Yes.
How do you get a baby out of a blender?
Corn chips usually work pretty.
Welcome to our podcast. That's how we're opening.
Cold open.
Wait, you recorded that? Yes.
I couldn't help it.
Brilliant.
And it has nothing to do with the topic at hand.
If you watched the
You should
previous
introduce
podcast, now you know a little bit more.
We should probably cut that out because
No.
that actually makes me sound like a horrible person.
But we know you're not, Josh.
I'm not. And for
Josh
those-
isn't a horrible person. I might be. The world will never know.
I probably am.
Well, you guys laughed.
We did laugh. It was
so we're
funny.
all horrible. Anyway, dark humor aside, we're talking.
Hey, Casey, you should...
This topic is so different from the way this opened.
Hey, Casey.
Yep.
Casey, you know what you should do real quick? You should introduce us for the people who are viewing us for the first time.
If this is the first time watching,
We're sorry.
we, from the bottom of my stomach, of my lower intestines, we're sorry. That's how deep our apology.
That's what you thought about
And
it.
it's also full of
Not
shit.
far off.
Thank you for that, Aaron.
So, I'm Aaron.
This is Max. That's Josh on the other part of the screen.
This is Casey.
This part of the screen. I'm Casey. This might be the first time I've introduced myself. I
I
don't even
think
know.
it is.
Perfect.
No, you introduced yourself before.
Oh,
Oh, has
goodness.
he?
I hope so. Anyway,
Okay, topic.
the topic at hand is physical attraction.
A very objective topic with
Casey.
a clear-cut definition.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely. Blonde women with blue eyes.
100%.
Really slim figures.
Let's be Germans about
Okay,
this.
Hitler.
I'm kidding. Asians are okay too, but that's also kidding. Alrighty.
Are you, though?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
I
those
am-
could be things that he's attracted to. But
I like both of those things. I'm attracted to both of those things.
Okay. Good to
All
know.
right. Anyway, physical attraction's really weird. I'm just gonna jump right in. It's a strange thing because we were just joking about the objectivism of it. There is none, right? Everyone's attracted to something different. Everyone, and everyone like deals with it in different ways. Like for instance, I wish we had a woman to talk about this with us because it'd be more interesting instead of me. The way I understand it, the way it's been explained to me by women, is that women are attracted more on an emotional level than they are a physical one.
Makes sense.
Yeah. My mom said...
there is psychological precedent
Yeah.
for that, yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to my mom about, like... I was curious if she was, like, instantly attracted to my dad or whatever. And she said, yeah, but there were guys before she met my dad that she dated that she wasn't initially attracted to, but she became attracted to them as she dated them, right? And that's the way it works for women. Now, in guys, at least in my experience, it tends to be more pass-fail. Yeah, either are or you aren't. At least that's how it is for me, you know? Just, yeah.
There's a bit of middle ground, but for the most part.
Yeah. Because, like, for me, I see a beautiful woman and my brain's just like, that's pretty. That's, right? That's what it is. That's pretty. Or it sees a woman, it's like, that's not pretty. Now, there are women that I would say are pretty that like, don't light up those spots in my brains that acknowledge that. But maybe I'm just a polite guy that doesn't want people to feel insecure about themselves or anything.
You know, that's polite.
Maybe! I don't know. I could be crazy. That's
Maybe
highly
he's
probable.
actually kind of a good person. Probably not.
Probably not, and I'm also probably crazy.
Oh, I'm definitely crazy.
Yeah, we all know you're crazy.
We're all mad here, except maybe Josh.
I was about to rebut that, but no. Anyway, yeah, it's just different for everybody, you know? Alright, we've gotten 4 minutes of podcast, guys.
Yeah, I'd largely agree with that statement.
Okay.
That there are some things that from a biological standpoint are generally considered more attractive.
Yeah.
Because
Well, obviously.
they generally lead the instinctual part of our brain to think, oh, that person will be fertile and produce children.
Yes.
My bloodline will carry on.
Yes. So there's
There are
that-
some objective portions to what's attractive and what isn't, but there
Yeah.
are also some subjective, and it changes throughout different cultures and different times.
Oh yeah, it's super different.
Like, being fat used to be super hot because it meant
Still
you
is
were
in
well
many parts of
fed.
the world, actually.
Yeah, no, that's still the case in a lot of poorer nations because it
Yes.
means you have money.
It means you have money and are well fed.
Yes.
And that you can feed kids.
Yeah, so it isn't in those nations considered an attractive thing.
Or like it's interesting to me. I've talked to some women friends of mine, and and they think that guys in suits, guys who look more professional, are sometimes more attractive than guys who don't.
Well, there's
And that's
some-
obviously a more subjective one, but like
Yeah, I mean, well, there's actually
there's
even
some
then
precedent
there's
for
some
that.
biological precedent for that because
Because they're
I
probably
would say it's
wealthy.
more of a social precedent, but
that's true. Yeah, it's more of a social, but it makes sense even like on a survival level because it means because like we associate that with the ability to protect and care for children, right? So it lights up parts in their
Well,
brain.
provide for as well. I mean,
Yeah,
Yes.
provide for children, so it lights up
3
that part.
Ps.
Yeah.
I
The
missed
fourth
that.
one being penis, because had to put a dick joke in somewhere.
Welcome to AKM, where the things are made up and everything doesn't matter.
That's
Pretty
not,
much.
No, that's not true. We try to be.
We try to be credible.
We try
sometimes.
sometimes. This one's really
we don't always
subjective.
succeed.
No, that's fine. Just point it out and we'll cite our sort.
Well, we've intentionally lost credibility with some particular audiences, so that's a thing.
Yeah, you know.
I don't really care.
I mean, if you
Um,
watch our previous podcast, you will see.
There's not a way that you can really do something like this where we're just on here stating our opinions and please everyone.
No, it's never
Because that would be a perfect world, and God knows we can't have that. Well, not yet.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I don't think there's a single person who actually knows of the attractive YouTube video. Like, there's not.
I don't
one
know.
single
The
YouTube
History
video.
of Japan
Somebody
video I
will
sent you
find
guys.
Some reason comes it down.
We're gonna link that video that he just mentioned below because it's. I learned the entire history of Japan in 9 minutes. It's delightful.
Wait, was that Rud's
Yeah, I
one?
saw that.
I don't know.
This is the Bill Wirtz one. Anyway,
Okay.
It was great.
learn the entire history is really neat. Anyway, okay, so
Can I throw in something here?
Yeah, go for
certainly. Go ahead.
we're only at 7 minutes. This is a 20-minute podcast.
Yeah. I'm a little different in terms of my proclivities. if you
Mhm.
will.
Certainly.
I don't know exactly
That's a
what
good word.
that
That's I would say that's an accurate word. Go on.
Sure. Proclivities, preferences. That's probably a better word. Here's the thing. You talk about how women often do it emotionally in terms of physical attraction,
Yes.
where you get to know somebody and then you become more physically attracted to them. That's actually what happens with me, and I'm not entirely sure why.
So what you're
I'm with
hold
you
on.
in that boat.
So what you're saying, Josh, is you're a lesbian.
What a twist!
Oh gosh, I've been waiting
for that joke for
so long.
I'm sorry, Josh. Could you rant? I didn't hear you over him.
Say that again,
No,
Josh.
I wasn't saying anything.
Okay.
He was just yelling incoherently.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean it.
I
does-
also have kind of a similar view to what Josh was saying, where as I develop more emotionally with
Yeah.
someone, I tend to view them more
Mm.
admirably than or amicably.
I think
I
there's
guess
a
is a better
difference.
word.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between desirability and being physically attracted. Because, like I said, it's a very pass-fail from you. You either are or you aren't, right? One of my classmates, really hot woman. Just gonna say it. She's gorgeous. I don't really I don't really desire her because I don't know her, right? So it's much more biological and instinctual. It's just like, do that. Like, that's what, there's my body saying that, but like the
We are
emotion.
picture of class. Sorry.
So
I had
classy.
to.
No, so classy.
Casey, do you want your monocle back?
No. Anyway, no. I would love my monocle back. Anyway, thank you. What a classy gentleman. Anyway, but there's like the emotional part of my brain that, it can't desire her on an emotional level because I don't know her. So, I mean, I'm not sure if that's how it is for you. That's how it is for me, right? Like, I can see you, again, because I can see a woman who's a total bitch, right? And be like, she's hot. But I will not want her in any sense, like, other than, like, what the body's natural tendency is when it sees someone that, is is desirable for the purposes of reproduction.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I sort of get where you're coming from, and I can sort of understand that in my own mind too, because when you started talking about that, like somebody that you know who's a total bitch, and yet you still, there's some
The body
non-physical-
wants it, right? And
physical attraction there. It's like, yes, this
the
is
hands
exactly
are
what you're doing.
circling low on purpose. The
Yeah, I
body
know people
wants
like
it.
that. And I was thinking of one person in particular
Marshall
whose name I
wants
won't
it.
mention. It wouldn't mean anything to anybody who's watching this anyway, but still, it's not good to like gossip and stuff.
No,
but
It's
I
not
know,
good to name
like,
call.
I'm in that same boat with you. I know that, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I think a little bit of the difference here is that maybe I somehow wound up with the mentality of not caring so much about that particular element of reality. I don't really care that much in my interactions day to day with people, even passing acquaintances and people in class and stuff. My focus is not ever on the physical attractiveness of other people, or at least not usually. That's not
Did you guys
what
do it?
prevails in my thoughts and my emotions for the most part. So when I say, I'm not always grading people according to their physical attractiveness. That's just not something that I do, and I think it's probably a good thing that I don't. I don't know. I guess it's open for debate because it seems like
Yeah.
Casey. It seems like to me that this is something that you do, yourself, that maybe is not necessarily bad. It's just a feature.
It's a wiring in my brain. It's very instinctive,
Yeah.
right? Like my body sees, like I see that, and my body just goes, that is desirable for the purpose of reproduction. Now, I mean, like I said, that's just a visual thing, and I box it. I separate it from the emotional because again, I don't know this woman. I can't desire her in any emotional way, and then.
You had a thought.
Did your brain just go?
Come on, Casey. Come on, Casey. You had a thought. Finish
I
it.
know. So technically, like, I could date someone, like, I could end up really desiring someone that I would find subpar relative to physical attraction, right? Because you'd be emotionally desirable. There's a point where I'd just be like, nope. Right? But, I'm trying to say I'm not as shallow as I sound.
He's pretty shallow. Just
But,
kidding.
I mean, it's really
Love this
difficult.
guy.
Let me help you out here because this is an area in everyone's life. This is something that everyone experiences. Everyone goes through this. Everyone has their limit. I mean, I'm fairly certain that there are people in this world, like, I don't know of anybody, any of my friends, or any of the most well-adjusted people that I know who don't probably have some sort of limit in terms of physical attractiveness when it comes to dating people and getting married someday. Or even just straight up physical attraction. I mean, there are people to me who are actually ugly, and most of the time it's just when they're deformed in some fashion. But sometimes it's also just the general overall style of their body and stuff. And then that's it makes you sound like a terrible person, doesn't it? It makes you sound really shallow, dismissing somebody just because.
Well, the thing is in my mind, it's actually not. I mean, like, it's fine to not want them as a sexual partner, right? That's kind of where I look at it. Like, if you are not if you're not like wanting to be friends with someone because they're not attractive, that's a problem, right? Because that's dismissive based on. But like,
then I wouldn't be friends with any of these guys.
Yeah, I look at me. I'm repulsive.
You'd all still be friends with me.
True.
We would, yes. Joshua.
Handsome bastard.
What a man. What a man. But when it comes to sexuality, or physical attraction is a huge portion of it, right? So it's okay for that to be one of the things of, do I want this person or not? Now, if you watched our last podcast, we're all Christians, so we attach a lot more to practicing sexuality than most people. We attach, and there's some precedent for that.
And Max, do you have anything to weigh in? You seemed kind of excited for this topic before we started.
And now you've said nothing.
Because I haven't had much of an opportunity. Like,
okay.
There was a spot where I could jump in, but I totally forgot what it was.
Okay.
But I'll just
just kind of
something
speak
about
your
physical
thoughts
attraction.
on what attraction is kind of to you, I guess.
So currently, I like a girl, which I know is
Shocker.
shocker.
A heterosexual man likes a woman. Who'd have thunk it?
But yeah, so I really like this girl, and I've liked her for a long time. When she watches this, she'll probably know who it is. So yeah. Anyway,
We're throwing you under the bus, buddy.
I'm fine with it. I kind of subjected myself to it. Anyway,
It's his fault. It's his own fault.
it is my own fault.
He's gonna have to deal with the consequences.
I'm gonna have to deal with consequences if there even are any. But so like I really like this girl, but I mean I think it's partially because I'm a Christian and partially because I just want it to work out in the end. But right now I'm just taking a back seat to it and being like I'm just gonna be her friend right now, and that's another aspect of physical attraction that I don't think people see, because you can be really physically attracted to someone and really like someone, but if you just, go at it head on and you're like, hey, I like you, want to go out on a date, chances are you're probably not going to get anywhere. And it's like,
No.
because like I've talked to her a bunch ever since, I got past the awkward stage of like, hey, I like you, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
After I got past that stage, I talked to her more and I realized more and more that first off, our personalities are very similar, which is kind of a plus. And B, since, as he said, we're all Christians, our faiths and like our views really seem to line up.
Your worldview and your values.
Our worldview and our values, yeah. They just really seem to line up for the most part. I mean, obviously they won't 100% because we're human and not perfect.
Yeah.
But,
Humans and subjective things? What?
But it's just like, there's this aspect of physical attraction that's like, yes, I'm really physically attracted to this person. I want to pursue this relationship, but I'm going to hang back so that... Because, I mean, for like me, I'm personally not ready to date. I don't think she is. If she is, well, that's news to me. But I'm just kind of hanging back so we can figure out who we are, since, I'm a senior graduating high school and she's still in high school. And we're just trying to figure out who we are as people, and I don't want to push a relationship onto anyone in that situation, since I've done it before and it went horribly.
That's very wise and very mature. I actually want to talk about another aspect of... I want to tackle a little bit of feminism here. And not like classical feminism, but like this modern third wave feminist.
That's not our term on like the whole box Christianity thing in the last video.
Yeah, third wave feminism's it's pretty defined. It's anyway, there's kind of this movement in modern feminism that they call it fat shaming, right? Like, don't fat shame me. Don't. It's bad. And this is something that's really interesting to me. Now, first off, hold on, let's go back. They actually want to define an objective standard for beauty, right? Which is really silly, because as we just discussed, it's very subjective, right? I don't like grossly overweight women. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get into it now, but there are a lot of features in some women that I'm not attracted to. That's okay. It's okay to not be attracted to certain features.
What?
But these feminists, they're like, we're going to redefine the standard of beauty to make disgustingly fat women attractive. No, they're not. Because they can't decide male biology. And it's really silly that they want to do that. They want to change, they can't, the only way to do that would be to actually go in, open up our brains, rewire them, and I'm not even sure wiring works that way, because they'd have to do electrical things to it to get us to change. But anyway, they want to do impossible things with it,
Look,
and they...
Don't suggest anything. You don't know what these people will do, Casey.
Casey, you just condemned us all.
Tumblr will crucify you.
I don't care about Tumblr.
Like
Anyway.
a giant cross made of dicks. I kind of hope that the mic picked that up, but I don't at the same
This
time.
might be a longer podcast because there's still more I think we want to talk
I still
about.
have more... Okay, I actually do. That thought didn't actually pan out as well as I'd hoped. Oh well! New thought. It's not shallow if you're not sexually attracted to someone, you don't want to pursue a romantic relationship, because part of romance is sex. That's part of it. And if you're not sexually attracted to somebody, it's not shallow to say, no, I don't want to be in a romantic relationship with you.
For example, I'm not sexually attracted to him. He's not to me. It's okay. Terrible example, I know.
They're in the closet.
We are deep in the closet.
So far.
So deep.
Fan fiction writers,
That's what she
away!
Oh no. Oh Lord, no, please don't.
I'm sorry.
And now
I think I broke
have
Casey.
ruined the experience
Barely
for
considering
everyone.
That. Don't.
I think I just broke Casey.
Goodness. Yeah, I don't know. That is it. I'm done. I've finished all of my thoughts on this subject. Josh, do you have anything to say about what I just said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still sort of mulling over our earlier comments about, like, you know, the biological wiring and stuff, and how that's just an instinctual thing. I kind of understand that. I get that.
There's certainly a part of it that is, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is right, though. It's good for people to strive to interact and engage with everyone of the opposite sex or the same sex if you're attracted to that. I'm not judging anything here, but like if you happen to come out like you're out engaging in life with people, don't try to actively try not to let your sexual attraction to someone or sexual repulsion from someone determine whether or not you want to be friends with them or whether or not you want to engage in a relationship of some sort with them. Whether that's a friendship, whether it's like a business relationship. I mean, you'd be surprised how often. Like
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly where I was going. Piece of shit company, like, don't buy their stuff. Like,
No.
boycott.
It's overpriced anyway.
Yeah, it's
a different podcast. You get the point, though. I mean, it's like that shouldn't be an operative factor in your relationship.
Yeah, no, I completely
or
agree.
At least it should be a very limited factor. You know.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah, well, when it comes, like, in areas where it's not relevant, obviously, if, like, Max, you're a disgusting person, don't be friends. Like, that's... I'm sorry.
I don't care.
I know. That's wrong, right? Because there's an active... there's a discrimination where there doesn't need to be one, where it's irrelevant, right? Now, again, like I said, when you move into the realm of sexuality, it's okay to be discriminatory that way and just be like, I'm sorry, I'm not attracted to you. That's okay.
But if you are going to be that way and you've started dating this person and you've realized I'm not attracted to you or whatever,
end it as
our
soon as
personalities
possible.
aren't compatible, end it and be upfront about it. Just say, look,
yes,
these things about us are not compatible.
Yeah.
I don't think this would work out in the long term. I'm so very sorry.
Yes, coming from personal experience, I have never ever done any of that. I've been upfront about it before, but I've never said
gosh,
why.
one of the easiest rejections I've ever gotten was I was interested in a friend of mine, and she was just like, I'm sorry, I'm not attracted to you. And I was like, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there was still, like, emotional wounding, but I got over it in, like, 20 minutes, because because she was right? Like, it is, like, part of romance is sex, and you have to be sexually attracted to each other. She wasn't, that's fine. That doesn't mean I'm an ugly guy. I hope. Anyway.
But yeah, to quickly finish my thought before he probably finishes the podcast, if you don't feel like you're attracted to someone, be upfront about it. Be like, look, this isn't working. I'm not attracted to you. This is why. You'll hurt them. You'll hurt yourself. But take it from the guy who, A, has been the recipient of the prolonged relationship, and also the one...
Those are brutal.
And also the one who prolonged the relationship, and both sides just sucked. So if you aren't physically attracted to someone, just say so, get it over with.
And don't be cruel about it. Don't ever be malicious like, I think you're a disgusting, repulsive person. No!
And ultimately, that's... He talked about the body acceptance and the fat shaming movement earlier, and I think that's kind of what that originally was about.
No.
Look, just because people aren't sexually attracted to you does not mean you are any less as a person.
Yeah.
And I think it's strayed from that point.
It's gotten extreme where, like, you can't even be like, hey, you're grossly obese and you're going to die young of a heart attack. I want to help you fix it. Like, that's now bad according to these feminists. That's where I wanted to go originally, but I couldn't get there. Thank you.
You're welcome. I thought that was where you were going.
That's where I wanted to go. I couldn't get. I stumbled and couldn't get there. But that's like what these people. That's what these feminists think. They're like, they want. They don't want you to like actively try to help them. You know, and some of these women aren't actually that.
You have to point out that it is a matter of personal choice.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways,
Certainly.
it's a matter of personal choice. But if my friend is like stone drunk, and they're like, yeah, I'm totally gonna get in the car and drive home, I'll be like, no, I'm driving you home.
Yeah.
There comes a point at which you have to tell somebody, look, this is not healthy.
Yeah.
You're going to do serious damage to yourself, your relationships, your friendships, your family, your social life in general. Just all these various aspects of your life are going to suffer if you keep going down this road. Whether it's like overeating or, I mean, in a lot of cases,
or even
under medical
undereating too.
conditions.
Yeah, no, that's also horrible.
Yeah. And that's a factor that you have to take into account. You have to be compassionate about that. If it's something that they need medical attention, then that's
like there is a legitimate form of fat shaming, and that's like the malicious, oh, you're so disgusting, go away, right? Like and very bad. Yeah, and you dismiss them, and that's like, I mean, obviously that's wrong. No one's going to condone that. We're all going to condemn it.
Right.
But when it comes to your friend,
it shouldn't be as taboo as it is to tell someone, look,
I'm not attracted
you are overweight, and you really should focus on your physical health.
Yeah, no, like if your friend is ballooning up to 600 pounds, and you're like, dude, or if it's, you're whatever you're supposed to say to your lady friends. I guess dude stories. Bro, chica, whatever. I don't know. You're overweight, and you're going to kill yourself, right? Like people, John Pinette, the comedian, didn't he die young?
He died young, but I think it was ultimately not due to his weight. I think it was more due to, I think it might have been cancer.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Don't quote me on that. I haven't researched.
I heard he died of a heart attack.
He should have just manned up and dealt with his cancer.
Yeah, just don't do cancer.
Don't do
it.
Don't do cancer. Don't do cancer, kids. Very dangerous drug. But anyway, yeah, that's my point. Like, it's okay to point out when somebody's a little overweight, and that they, or even grossly. Like, look, you're several hundred pounds overweight, and that's going to kill you. That's super horrible for you. And I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad, because that's ultimately what it's about, is these, these feminists are insecure about their weight. I understand that. Nobody's, not insecure. I'm insecure about how I look. It's fine. It's not supposed to be this malicious, you're fat, disgusting, get out of my life. It's supposed to be, you're several hundred pounds overweight, but you're my friend and I care about you. Let's work so that you can lose the pounds so that you're on this planet more. Right? That's kind of what feminism is lost.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Good? We're good.